So a lot of people ask how I got into learning about Islam and have a lot of questions around conversion, so I'm making this video perhaps so that you guys can understand my journey and know a little bit more about me. And yes, I know that draw my life videos aren't really a thing anymore, but I feel like sitting in front of my camera would be kind of boring, so yeah. And I'm also not the best artist, so bear with me. I was born May 15th, 2003 in Lima, Peru, as the first grandchild of my grandparents on both my mom's and my dad's sides, so alhamdulillah, I got a lot of attention. Right after I was born, I was baptized as a Catholic because, you know, that's what usually happens. My dad loves Peru and so do I. It's a beautiful place, subhanAllah, but my dad searched for a better life and applied to immigrate to Australia, the US, and Canada. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he got the chance to immigrate to Canada. Shortly after that, my little brother was born, and him and I have an amazing relationship, alhamdulillah, and he was actually the first to know about me converting to Islam. In 2007, when I was around 4 years old, my dad saved up enough money to fly my mom, my brother, and I to Ottawa, Canada. I had a wonderful childhood, alhamdulillah. I went to a Catholic school my whole life, learning about Christian values, and I never thought anything of it because no one taught me that we were worshipping a Trinity. All I can remember from my earliest childhood memories is that I believed in God, and I remember my mom sitting beside my bed and praying with me at night. Obviously, it was the way Catholics pray because that's the way she was taught, and she was Catholic herself. My father always pushed us to go to church, although he was still trying to find a sector of Christianity that he completely agreed with and fit into all his core values. And for that reason, my father took us to a Catholic church, a Baptist church, Anglican church, and even a Jehovah's Witness church. My grandparents from my dad's side weren't really happy with my dad because they wanted him to stick to his Catholic roots. I remember that some Saturdays my dad would invite Jehovah's Witnesses to our home to talk to us. Mind you, I was very little at this point, like around 5 or 10, and it was a very occasional thing. All the Christian teachings that they taught me were quite the same as Islam. Mind you, they were very basic teachings of the Bible, so it makes sense that they would be almost the same. My mom and dad never ever pressured me to get my confirmation, although it was kind of weird for me the first few years of school after 2nd grade. 2nd grade was when almost everyone in my class got baptized, so going to school assemblies, like, I felt really left out because I couldn't eat the bread, but I heard it tasted stale, so it's all good. I'm not complaining. Almost spontaneously, my parents decided to give my brother and I the chance to perfect our Spanish and study in Peru for a while. So in the fall of 2016, so like 8th grade, my mom, my brother, and I, alongside my 2 dogs, moved like 6,300 kilometers away to my home country in Peru. My dad unfortunately couldn't come with us because of his work in Canada, but he did visit us. School was so fun and the kids in Peru were so welcoming, and I felt very entertained for a while because, you know, the new friends and the people I was meeting. During this time in my life, I really flip-flopped on whether God was real or not. And I don't know if these thoughts were like a result of my parents' relationship falling apart. And just to clarify, the long distance wasn't what pulled them apart. The relationship had been falling apart like way back. So I started looking towards things that would distract me, and the things that distracted me the most was having a lot of friends and doing a lot of haram stuff. I really felt the need to fit in, to have a lot of friends and contacts, and I did not care if there were bad influences. Feeling the need to grow up fast, I wanted to post the same things popular celebrities posted, did the things they did, and wear the same things they wore, like aka haram stuff. But just a quick little note, I have never ever felt more confident than when I'm wearing my hijab, and I absolutely love it. So then in 10th grade, I flew back to Canada and started living with my dad again. And if you're wondering why I decided to do that, was because if I finished my high school years over there in Peru, it would be harder to get into a university here in Canada and more expensive, so I just decided to come back. Coming back to the Catholic school I was previously in, it was obligatory for me to take a religion class every year. However, this time around, so in 11th grade, we had the option to pick from learning about the Catholic religion again for the 1,000th time, or taking the class of world religions. 11th grade me was like, okay, you know what, we're gonna switch it up this year. We're gonna do world religions. We're gonna learn about different religions this year instead of doing the same one. And that's where I started learning more about Islam, and I started to do some research on my own. I had so many misconceptions about Muslims and Islam. It's actually amazing. I felt so happy while learning about Islam, and I started to dress more modestly because of it. I didn't really call myself a Muslim, but I just started to dress more modestly. So then in December of 2019, I decided to take my shahada over my phone, and I started dressing more modestly, but I hadn't really quite covered my hair yet. I felt very alone during the journey, and it was really hard at first, and I always felt like I wasn't doing enough. COVID made things even worse, and I was going through some personal struggles with people who made me feel far away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala a lot of the time. I would talk about it like seriously, but I don't want to shed light on people who don't deserve a light on my Muslim journey. But we fast forward to Ramadan 2021, everything changed. I got this really big push on my iman, and I give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the people who he put in my life who subconsciously or consciously made me become a better Muslim. Fun fact, actually, I met these people through the internet, which seems really odd, I know, but during COVID I couldn't really socialize or go to my local mosque, so I had to use Discord to socialize. I also started to cover up my hair during this time. I'm not really quite sure if it was before or after Ramadan that I started wearing my hoodie out, But I still do that to this day when I'm out and about with my dad. After Ramadan, I kind of posted my first TikTok and it kind of blew up and I got so much support, alhamdulillah, from you guys. It was amazing. The internet has so many trolls, but it does so good sometimes, alhamdulillah. Now we're here, present day, alhamdulillah. My parents still don't know about my conversion. I'm pretty sure my dad's really suspicious about it because I always talk about Islam. My mom doesn't want to hear about Islam or the hijab. The only family member that knows is my brother. I do cover up my hair now, and I'm trying to order jilbabs and abayas and stuff to just become more modest and stuff, because I still have friggin' crop tops from like 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm trying to clear out my closet and become more modest and everything. And if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I took my official shahada with my papers and everything, because I think you need papers for Hajj now if you don't have a Muslim name. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure, but I took it on July 9th, Jummah 2021. As for my future plans, inshallah, I can finish my university degree for nursing and then head off to different countries, inshallah, maybe do Hajj. I think I need a mahram for that though. I'll have all the links to my socials down in the description box if you want to contact me. It's best to contact me through Instagram DM or Discord. And I'll be more active on YouTube, inshallah, so that I can answer you guys' questions more in depth, because, like, you know, there's a longer time that I can speak. If you want to be featured in a future Q&A video, I really suggest that you follow me on Instagram so that you can get updates. But yeah, that's that. I really don't know how to end this off, but I love you for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.